Political commentator Scott Reid. Scott, I want to first off get your thoughts on those comments from Ontario's premier. As you know, he says Canada needs to stand strong and show strength, yet we didn't get this 90-day extension. Mexico did, and we still have not reached a trade and tariff deal.
I don't think strength is necessarily the same thing as getting everything we want or getting possibly even getting anything we want out of Donald Trump, because he's such an unpredictable, unreliable ally. But I think that Doug Ford is right, and more importantly, I think people want to hear that. And in some respects, because they're across the table in negotiations, it's easier for Doug Ford to say it than it is maybe for the federal government and for the Prime Minister. His words land much more loudly. If the Prime Minister says, listen, we're not going to take this lying down, well, then the next words had better be some specific action in retaliation to the United States. So I think there's a strategic dimension to this discussion coming on, the eve here, just on the anticipating this First Minister's meeting. Doug Ford is in many ways saying the things that it's harder for the Prime Minister to say.
The other comment, the other reaction I'd like to get from comments made by the U.S. ambassador to Canada, ultimately saying there are other trade deals, bigger trade deals that the U.S. is looking to make, and Canada really not a priority right now, meaning these negotiations could last weeks, if not months. There wasn't really a timeline on it, but ultimately saying Canada's not the priority.
Well, what a welcome comment from Donald Trump's ambassador to Canada. He's not the ambassador to Japan. He's not the ambassador to the European Union. He's the ambassador to Canada, which, by the way, doesn't mean that he is solely the representative of the United States in Canada. He is expected to be, in diplomatic history, something of an advocate for his country, for the country in which he is posted, and that is Canada. So, this is part of a pattern of disrespectful, glib comments from this new ambassador. It's part and parcel of what you get from the Trump administration. It's me first. It's a ugly American. It's the loudest in the room with no time for anyone else. Now, with respect to timeline, I do think that's where we are at. And I think it's been pretty clear from the signals sent by the Prime Minister in the last few days. The August 1st deadline passed. There was obviously no deal that was in Canada's interest to sign. Any deal that this White House, and listen to the words of the ambassador, any deal they're willing to put on the table is a deal that will not be acceptable for us. And consequently, we could be into weeks, months, who knows, until and unless Donald Trump is willing to come around and sit down with us and negotiate in an honest, open way. Why would we agree to something that's clearly injurious?
CTV News political commentator Scott Reid, always appreciate your time. Thanks so much today.
Thank you.